Hello, everybody. Good morning. This is Amol Khedkar. Today, I'll be talking about the article that you see on your screen, which says stimulus checks and multi trillion dollar bailouts are making money a big joke. This is from Forbes magazine. Before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I have, significant understanding of the world markets and geopolitics and what is India's role in most of the world nowadays. So please don't forget to subscribe and let's get started. The US is undergoing a historic experiment in doing whatever it takes to indefinitely prop up the economy through stimulus checks and massive multi trillion dollar bailouts. So, we are living in very, very historic times. If you are a millennial or if you are, young at this point, you should be very fortunate that you are living through this time. But, I don't know if it's fortunate or unfortunate, but definitely it is historic. Okay. So, all the central banks in the world are literally printing money as if there's no tomorrow. Okay, they have the when you go to a like a to make a copy of a document, right? You make like a you go to the printer and make a copy of the document. That's what is happening right now. So the central banks are all over the world are just printing money, and they are just putting money into the market, okay, as if there's no tomorrow. And this is exactly how this is exactly like a recipe for disaster. Okay, why I say that is because money is a very subjective thing. Okay, money is something that money is something that has its value because people trust it to have value. There's a famous saying that if you have $1 million and you are living and you are stuck in a desert, and those $1 million mean nothing. Okay, money has value because we give it the value. Okay, money has value because people agree that this is the value of that money. Otherwise, it's just a paper. Okay, so when the money is not backed up by a particular asset, it just loses all of its value. And right now that is exactly what is happening. Okay, all the central banks are just creating money out of thin air. Okay, so how is money created? Do you know this process? There are many like the government tells the central bank that we need this much amount of stimulus for the economy. As you can see all over the world, the governments are just trying to bail out as many companies as possible, but this is definitely not going to end well. Okay, let me be very honest with you. What this what this starts is like a vicious cycle of debt. Okay, who is going to pay for this money? Just ask yourself. Okay, this money is not coming out of the sky. Okay, this has to be accounted for somewhere. Who is going to pay for this money? The taxpayers. The taxpayers are going to pay for this money for many, many years to come, and they are not going to be spared from this. So right now you can just feel that you're just getting money out of the government out of nowhere, but this is going to cost everybody in the long run, because government is not going to take anything on itself. Any government, to be honest, I'm not just saying US government, even Canada government, Australia, many countries in the European Union, all the countries in the world, they are not going to take anything on themselves. They are just going to you know say that we had this much amount of bailout for this industry, $1 trillion bailout for the airline industry, and they are just going to account it, okay, in the taxpayers account book. And then they will increase the taxes, or they will do some other things. They will increase the retirement age. Okay, well, now they are saying in Canada, if you cannot encash the retirement benefits at the age of 60, you have to work some more, and then you can encash the retirement more. So that's what is happening, because the working age population is shrinking. They are not getting enough revenue from the taxes. Okay, and that's exactly what they are going to do. So all of these bailouts of big corporations are just coming out of the pocket of the taxes that normal people pay. All right. So the coronavirus pandemic and subsequent lockdowns to contain it have prompted the US Treasury and the Federal Reserve to pump more than 6 trillion into the economy, with potentially much more to come. And US is such a insane country, to be honest, that it is bailing out the big corporations and it is letting the small businesses fail. Okay, which is not just a joke, but to be honest, very saddening thing, that the people who have built their businesses for years and years and years, for generations and generations. They are just wiped out in just a week as such, without any fault of their own. The unprecedented moves which dwarf the federal government's response to the 2008 financial crisis. Just look at this, okay? The unprecedented moves which dwarf the federal government's response to the 2008 financial crisis. So the 2008 crisis was just a piece of cake as compared to what is happening right now. Have sparked warning the government risks undermining trust in currencies and that the dollar could become a big joke. This is an article from Forbes. If you know if you know the how the world works, Forbes is a very reputed magazine. Okay, Forbes lists the world's richest people or the powerful people almost every on an yearly basis, on an annual basis. So just look at the wordings of this article. Have sparked the warnings the government risks undermining trust in currencies. As I said, currencies are based on trust. Okay, when everybody in the society decides that this chunk of money has this much amount of value, they agree on that. Okay, and that mutual agreement is what makes money valuable. If tomorrow everybody agrees that apples are going to cost $100, the paper money will just vanish at that time. Okay, so we will just start running like a barter system. People will trade apples for everything else. So money is based on trust. Okay, and that a dollar could become a big joke. To be honest, that is true, because if you just start bailing out people as if there's no tomorrow, definitely dollar is going to become a big joke. Okay, so just look at this. Okay, what they're saying is that this is like a very sarcastic thing. So there's a US dollar bill over here, one US dollar bill, 1 trillion US dollar bill. That's what they've seen, that they've made it. Maybe it's a fake bill, but this is what they're saying. Who first trillion earned? Okay, so this causes massive inflation. Look at Zimbabwe. Okay, there's a country called Zimbabwe. There's a country called Venezuela. They just started printing money as if there's no tomorrow, and that caused massive inflation. There was a time in Zimbabwe when one loaf of bread was costing 1 trillion Zimbabwean dollars, which is just madness. Okay, you cannot do that. I mean, people were literally carrying loads of money like on carts, and they were paying to get a loaf of bread. Okay, America has never seen anything like it. Expert on the Federal Reserve and non-resident fellow at Brookings Institution wrote earlier this month, adding the extraordinary measures will put pressure on the traditional line between monetary and financial policy controlled by the central bank and the financial, economic, and fiscal policy controlled by the president. So look at this. So what happens is the monetary and the financial policy is controlled by the central bank, like RBI in India, okay, or the European Central Bank in Europe, or Federal Reserve in US, or the Bank of Canada in Canada. Okay, so and the financial, economic, and fiscal policy is controlled by the government, by the executive branch. All right, the extreme shock and awe response to the economic devastation wrought by the coronavirus pandemic has plunged the world into uncharted territory, with the financial and economic status quo badly shaken. This is absolutely true. Nobody knows what the hell is going on anymore. Okay, every day is just like an unprecedented move. You might have heard just yesterday, oil prices just went negative, which is, I mean, not just uncharted but it's unimaginable. Okay, nobody really knows how this is going to turn out. I mean, they are saying this out loud. Okay, they are not even mincing any words. In the Forbes magazine, which is the most reputed magazine in the entire world, they're saying nobody really knows how this is going to turn out. Forbes chooses its words very, very carefully. Okay, they don't want to spark like a global downturn, because the words of Forbes really matter. Okay, that's why they will not say something like this unless it is really something, unless the situation is really that bad. Okay, these numbers are so large that they no longer have any meaning. They're simply abstractions. Just look at this. Like, government is trying to bail out each and every person, each and every industry. Okay, so airlines got a bailout. Now oil industry is asking for a bailout. Everybody is just going to be bailed out by the government. But then what is going to happen after that? Where is this bailout money going to come from? The taxpayers. Okay, and they are bailing out the corporations, not the small businesses, which is I mean, to be honest, you don't know whether to laugh or cry on this matter. Okay, so the Fed chairman Paul Volcker, former Fed chairman Paul Volcker, said that It is a government responsibility to maintain the value of the currency they issue. And when they fail to do that, it is something that undermines an essential trust in government. Okay. So to be honest, the government that you see all over the world, they are trying to make sure that um, they are trying to provide as much liquidity as possible into the market. So what liquidity means is that the money should just keep flowing. Okay, if the money stops flowing, then all the world system, economic system will just come down. It will come to a halt. Okay, so after you throw a few trillion dollars around, people start to believe that it's all a big joke. This is true, right? So you are literally starting to throw trillions and trillions of dollars. Do you know how much a trillion costs? Okay, there's a million, there's a billion, and then there's a trillion. Okay, so $1 trillion are just thrown around as if it's just like a few pennies or like few rupees, and then it's all a big joke. People stop losing faith into that currency. Calls for the Fed to offer support to ordinary Americans to a similar tune as big business have grown louder, disappearing into the void. Okay, 1200 quickly disappearing. So what is happening in America is that the government started issuing $1,200 stimulus checks, but they are getting encashed by the landlords, by the debt payment agencies, and nothing is going to the people. So this is just another example of what exactly US has become, which is exactly like an oligopoly. Okay, where a few rich people dominate the entire country. Okay, people's Fed could plausibly give every worker a monthly zero interest loan and then forgive them all. How does any of this work, right? I mean, they are giving people zero interest loans, and then they are just saying that no, don't worry about it, you don't have to pay it, right? So this defies all the norms that you and me have been taught in the school. So if the government is going to just give you money, free money, what's the point of going to the school? What's the point of having a degree? What's the point of working? What's the point of even having a job, to be honest, then at that time? Okay, if the government is just going to give you the money and they just say that don't worry about it, you don't have to pay it, what's the point of any of this that we are doing? Okay, so the money has to be backed up by an asset. Okay, but money has to be backed up by a fixed asset. Only then the money has some value. If you are just printing money and then putting it into the market, it is as if you are inflating a balloon with fake air. You get what I mean? So it doesn't have any meaning at that time. Okay, if you're holding a bond that gives you no interest rate or a negative interest rate, and they are producing a lot of currency and you're going to receive that, why would you hold that bond? Just imagine. Okay, this is asked by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is the boss of the world's largest hedge fund, which is Bridgewater Associates, which is, Ray Dalio is a very, very important person in the financial markets. Okay, I listen to this guy almost on a daily basis. If you're holding a bond that gives you no interest rate, okay, right now the bond interest rate is zero or a negative interest rate, which is just insane. Okay, bonds are having negative interest rates. So why would anybody put money into a bond that has negative interest rate? I still don't get that. Okay, and they're producing a lot of currency and you're going to receive that. Central banks are going to just going to give you, central banks are going to give that money to the government, and the government is going to give you that currency. Why would you even hold that bond? That is a very, very valid question. What is the point of holding that bond when you are getting zero interest rate, when you are having negative interest rate? You are better off just putting that money into a savings account then. Do you get what I mean? So Dalio said he expects the price of gold to rise in the current environment. That is exactly true, because when the money loses its value, safe havens raise in value. Okay, so gold, safe havens like gold or what else, silver, these raise in value. Okay, we have seen macro investors like Ray Dalio and others rallying around gold, and we believe it won't be long before investors begin to accept the narrative around Bitcoin. Okay, so Bitcoin is a currency that is not that is not beholden to any central bank, which is a cryptocurrency. So gold and Bitcoin, or gold and cryptocurrencies, will just start gaining ground, because people will lose faith in the money. Okay, as I said, money has its value just because people believe into it. It is all based on belief. Okay, in a world where people are looking for real assets that hold value in an inflationary cycle, assets like gold and Bitcoin become very appealing to hold. This is Ray Dalio that is speaking. Ray Dalio is a very, very important voice in world markets. Okay, This is the graph of Bitcoin. Okay. Uh, Bitcoin interest from institutional investors appears to be booming, with the world's largest Bitcoin investment trust, Grayscale, posting record inflows for the first quarter of the year. So people have lost trust in the dollar. Okay, people have lost trust in the most of the international currencies, because that doesn't mean anything anymore. Because if you're just printing money and giving it out as if there's no tomorrow, it doesn't mean anything. Okay. Technology stocks have meanwhile been outperforming the wider market, with the likes of Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google parent Alphabet soaring as investors bet the coronavirus pandemic will increase the need for digital services. This is true. Everybody is locked down in the entire world. Okay, nobody has a way of communicating with each other. Everybody is just communicating with internet, right? Just imagine what would have happened if we didn't have internet in this kind of scenario. Can you imagine something like that, right? Just imagine that there is no internet, there are no cell phones, there is nothing like that, and we are all stuck in our houses. There is just a television, okay, and we are just trying to look at a television with no communication whatsoever with each other. Can you live in that kind of a world? Can people even, will people even, try to sustain that kind of a world? Right now, everybody has a cell phone, everybody has access to the internet. That's why, they don't mind sitting at home, okay? But in a society where you just cannot communicate with each other, it's very, very hard for people to stay at home, and it will be very hard for the governments as well to stay at home. That's why the need for digital services are going to go high up. Cryptocurrency is a futurist product, benefiting from the continued march towards a technologically interconnected existence. That is true, because it's a futurist product. Okay, it is not backed by any central bank. It is not backed by any government. So Bitcoin fluctuations are very, very much, okay. They can rise by 25%. They can fall by 25% in just one day, okay, which is not a very good sign of a stable currency. A major theme that's arisen in this pandemic is the acceleration of technology's prevalence in everyday lives, which helps to explain why the tech sector is the best performer and why energy is suffering. Very true. Tech sector is the best performer, right? And energy, I mean, come on, energy is almost like a joke at this point, right? I mean, people are paying money to the buyer to take this oil out of their packs. Okay, so energy is almost like at a nightmare scenario. And to be honest, uh, only when the dollar of oil per barrel of a barrel of oil is more than $50, only then the oil industry makes at least some kind of money, because $50 is the cost of extraction of oil. Okay, right now the price of oil is minus $37, which is negative. Okay, so which just goes on to say that things were not also very good even before that. So before that, the price of a barrel of oil was almost $5 to $10, which is nothing. Okay, even at that time, the oil industry was suffering a huge amount of losses. Okay, so only when the amount of the cost of a barrel of oil is above 50, at that time most of the oil industry makes money. Okay, because the cost of extraction of oil in most of the markets in the world is very high. Okay, so yeah, that this was my take about this article, which because I think having these so many bailouts by the governments is just going to destroy the world economy, to be very honest with you. Okay, this is not a very good sign. Okay, so if you learned something about this article, and if you didn't understand a few economic terms that I said, please let me know in the comments, and I can explain it to them, or I can make a few more videos to explain the economic concepts that I used in this video, because sometimes I use them and I assume that you guys know about it, but I know that many people don't know about it. So if you, and don't be ashamed to ask dumb questions, or because I personally think there's no such thing as a dumb question. Okay, you can learn about things, and you can understand how the world works, and that is one of the reasons why I've started this podcast, because there is so much news around, and every news has a sort of agenda attached to it. Okay, nobody is giving you something that is just pure form. Okay, nobody is giving to you something that actually resonates with what you feel as a person. Okay, that is exactly the reason why I've started this. Okay, and if you like this video, please like and comment on it, so that we can have a fair discussion. I'm open to both kind of comments. likes as well as dislikes. Okay, and I will definitely make sure that I answer all your questions, with the amount of time that I have. And do subscribe to my channel, because subscription really tells me that you guys are liking my content, and it stimulates me to bring more and more things like these to you guys. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.